channel. I am Tiff from Journal with Tiff, and today I really wanted to try to go through my collection and try to find a dupe for the infamous pilot Iroshizuku Ina-Ho. I have Ina-Ho here in a bottle that I purchased from Goulet Pens. I don't want to turn it too much. It's basically an empty bottle from Goulet Pens, and I purchased it in these smaller bottles, but I really love these bottles. But I seem to have a leak in this bottle. I need to purchase another one because, as you can see, I've already had a few drops here and I've got stains all on my hands. But guess what? We're not going to redo this. We're going to roll with it because this is what happens when you deal with ink. But yeah, so I just had a few of the smaller vials, the 15 ml vials of Ina-Ho that I just all merged into this one empty vial that I just got again from Goulet Pens and cleaned it out. I have one full bottle and 4 samples that we're going to try to see if they could be a dupe for Ina-Ho. And we'll just see how this goes. I will be testing on my Galen Leather B6 Tomoe River 52 GSM notebook. So let's just go ahead and get started. And I'm going to try to be really careful not to spill any more of this. I'm going to try really hard not to tilt it. And I'm just going to be swatching with the brush here. And we're going to swatch up here first for, there we go. I think that will work. And I have a bottle of water here to clean all of my brushes out with. So you may hear a little clanking on the side. And then we'll do a written test with my Kakimori brass nib pen. And since I've not been having a lot of luck with my Ina-Ho, I'm going to go ahead and cap that and get it out of the way because I'm so afraid that I'm going to spill some of that. So this is Ina-Ho. Again, please forgive all the little spots here. And Ina-Ho is very much a mix of green and gold and brown, but I just, and once it dries, it's even better. I just really, really love the ink and the way it looks when it dries. Let's do a little bit of a thinner line here and see how that looks. We're totally just winging it today. So here we have Ina-Ho. Next will be Ferris Wheel Press Goose Poupon. This does not have shimmer. So we're going to see how this looks. Some of these do have shimmer. So my thought is more to just not shake the vial and see how that goes. I'm purposely leaving a lot on one end just so that we can see the shading here. A little bit of a dip here with our Kakimori brass nib. I will go ahead and cap this because the only thing I don't like about Ferris Wheel Press is the fact that their bottles are just not very stable in my mind. So this is the Ferris Wheel Press. And this is Goose Poupon. Got ahead of myself. This does seem to be a little lighter in the writing here, but a little bit more olive than the swatch seems darker. But I don't know. a little bit more, excuse me, a little bit more of the green, olive leaning more green instead of olive leaning more brown. So yeah, that's Goose Poupon. And once these dry, we'll come back and take a better look at them to see. All right, this is Sailor Ink Studio 280. Let's see how this one looks. Get a good sample here. And this one definitely has, I know, has some undertones that Ina-Ho does not have. But I have used it in the past, and just in the writing, especially depending on how thick the nib is, it's kind of hard to tell sometimes. So this is Sailor Ink Studio and number 280. I think I may need a little bit more on my brass nib here. I can already see it's like a pinkish undertone coming through there. Yeah. And the writing sample kind of, sort of, I could see it, but maybe not. Let's just go ahead and cap this one. I've had so much bad luck today with ink spillage. I'm not gonna play that game today. All right, next is Colorverse Taipei Seongdae. I think that's how you pronounce that. Let's see. Let's get a little sample here. There we go. It's quite a lot there, but we need a good sample. And let's get a good writing sample. Oh, I am just, today's not a good day. It is not. But when I say this is my third time restarting this video, yeah, we're not going to go through that again. We're just going to roll with the punches. All right, this is Colorverse. Make sure I write this correctly. Okay. Let's get a little fat sample here. That's looking kind of close to me. We're gonna see when everything dries. We will come back to it. And we have two more that we're gonna try. We're gonna do these over here. Let's clean off our brush one more time to make sure we've got a nice clean palette. This one is, I got this from Vanessa. This is Van Diemen's Summer Tiger Snake. Let's try this one out. I kind of, just looking at it in the bottle, feel like this one is going to be too light. But we're going to see. And let's get a little bit on our nib here. Don't want to get my hand in that. Van Diemen's Tiger Snake. Yeah, this is definitely gonna be too light. A little too bright of a green. Let's see here. Yeah, I'm already seeing that's not gonna be a good one. And we have one last one here. This is Ferris Wheel Press Queen and Castle. This is a shimmer ink, but it's all settled to the bottom. I'm not gonna shake it up just so, because I do not mind buying shimmer inks, excuse me, if I really do like the color of the ink, but am not fond of the shimmer, I'll definitely just not shake it up, you know? That is looking a little light as well, but we're gonna see. Let's see here. Wipe off a little bit of this. I just have my little trusty old white t-shirt that I'm wiping everything on. This is another Ferris wheel press, and this is Queen and Castle. There we go. So that's all of our samples plus our bottle. And honestly, right now, nothing is looking like an exact dupe, an exact match. But we're gonna let these sit for a little bit, and we're gonna come back once they've dried and see how they compare to Ina-Ho. Current state right now, with them being so wet, right now it's kind of looking like, I don't know. I'm kind of thinking Colorverse looks a lot like it. I see more of the green and brown. This definitely has a little bit more brown than the others. Goose Poupon, I don't know. It's pretty much a close second. But knowing that colors look different once they're dry, we're just going to come back. And again, guys, forgive me for all the ink and all the messiness. But like I said, this is the life we live in the world of fountain pens and inks. So be right back. And I am back. It is actually a whole day later, but everything's dry. So let's go ahead and take a closer look. Here, let's take another look at the Ina-Ho. It is very much a greenish brown, not too light, not too dark. I think that's why everyone loves it, simply because it's just the perfect midpoint between green and brown and just a hint of gold. So here is the Van Diemen's Tiger Snake. I feel like that's just a little bit too light. And almost a little bit of a pinky undertone right there. Next is the Ferris Wheel Press Queen and Castle without the shimmer. You can actually see a little bit of the shimmer there on the edge, but I tried not to mix it up, not to shake it to get the shimmer out. So, I mean, it's just a little bit too green, I believe. Then we have the Ferris Wheel Press Goose Poupon, and even though the swatch looks extremely darker, it kind of matches here. Then here, maybe I just didn't lay it down appropriately. The writing sample, it's pretty darn close. I do believe it's pretty darn close. This, the Ina-Ho has just a tad bit more brown than this in this image right here. The Sailor Ink Studio, the number 280, it's just, I don't know, the pinky undertones. If you have a wider nib, you'll definitely notice the pinky undertones. And then there's the Colorverse Taepyeong Seongdae. It's not far off either. I think it's a little bit more of the olive green and less of the gold. If it had just a touch more gold, I think that would be it's like a second runner-up. So my personal thought would be Goose Poupon by Ferris Wheel Press. Yep. And I already actually do have swatches. This is my not Ferris wheel piss, my Wearing swatch cards. So here we have Ina-Ho. And I'm not exactly sure why these smudge on the edges, but not necessarily looking at the actual swatch, but the writing. Colorverse was definitely darker. I think Ferris Wheel Press is the closest. Yep, I'm definitely digging the Goose Poupon. And so I thought we could go ahead and actually do a writing sample as well. So this is my Clairefontaine lined notepad. And let's just go ahead and do a quick writing sample so that we can see them side by side. And I'm going to be using my glass dip pen from Yoseka Stationery. Let's move that out of the way. All right. What do you think? Okay. That is Ina-Ho. And we will rinse this off, this pen off. And we'll do a quick dip with the Goose Poupon. And we will give both of those just a second to dry. And I believe we have a dupe. I do believe, for me, I'm not exactly sure if it's showing up the exact same as I see it on camera, but I can't tell a difference. The Ina-Ho might have the slightest bit more hint of brown, just the slightest bit more hint of brown. But the Goose Poupon by Ferris Wheel Press is a wonderful dupe for Ina-Ho. And I'm glad I kind of dug in and looked at this to try to figure this out. I feel so much better now. So I guess my next task would be Tsukushi, because it was also discontinued, and maybe finding a really good dupe for that would be my next challenge. So hope you guys enjoyed this. Please give me your thoughts, or if you know of any other inks that you feel are great substitutes for Ina-Ho, please leave a comment down below. Let me know what you think. Sorry about the craziness in the video, but hey, it's pens and inks. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and talk to you later. Bye.